Good evening, everyone. We are live. Greetings, Sober Nation. I am Veronica Amarante, and I am joined by my co-host, Tori. Hi, Tori.
Hey, how's it going?
And we have a special guest tonight. We have Maureen Kavanaugh. Hi, Maureen.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. Maureen is the executive director of the Rise Above the Noise Foundation, and these are the folks putting on Recovery Fest 2018, and we're super excited to have her on. Now I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so I'm going to need you guys to see if you can mute. I don't know how many devices we have on in the background, Maureen. So we may need to mute a few of them, just so we can improve the sound quality. We weren't hearing this before, so we're just going to troubleshoot as we go live. And this is what I was telling you. It's not technology to prepare and rehearse, but it can get difficult to hear.
Okay, I think that's all. I think that's the only one on. So.
Okay, does everybody else have their devices just one screen?
Yep.
Because I'm hearing an echo. Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I see people checking in already. Ryan's on, Wes on, Geraldine on. Hi, guys. We're just trying to fix the sound. Please let us know if you can hear us okay or if you're hearing feedback as well. Because I'm getting a lot of it. Tori, are you hearing the feedback too?
I just hear you going in and out, but I don't hear any feedback.
Okay, there is one, says Ryan. Thank you, Ryan.
I can only hear the feedback when you speak, not when Tori speaks.
Yeah. Somebody else said there's an echo. I'm wondering, and we only have one screen on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm probably going to ask you guys, let's try this. If you guys are not speaking, is there a way you can unmute yourself that's easy for you? Or let me see if I can do this, mute and unmute now. How is this? Can you guys hear me? Just nod, or you can hear me? Okay, that sounds a lot better. So I think it was just like me. So I'm going to have to mute and unmute you guys, which is going to be super tricky. And because we're so used to having this conversation live and it's very casual, when I talk, I hear fear. Thank you, Priscilla. Yeah, exactly. That's what we're trying to troubleshoot right now. And I was just sharing with Maureen that we practice this, we rehearse, but because it's live technology, we don't know what's going to happen when we go on. We go on and then we'll hear echoes. So thank you so much for letting us know if there's feedback. So really quickly, we are going to try to go through a lot of information. This is a very, very special broadcast tonight. As I mentioned, if you're just joining us now, we are with Maureen with Above the Noise Foundation. They are the folks putting on Recovery Fest 2018 this year. As you guys have seen our post, Macklemore is going to be headlining, and she's going to be giving us a lot of information about this festival. But what's really, really exciting is that we are going to have tickets to give away. So you guys will have an opportunity to win tickets to this festival. But you're going to have to stay tuned till the end, because that's when we're going to let you know exactly how you can win tickets. We have a lot of information to get through. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that you know how to enter the contest. But we are going to go ahead and dive right into what we have prepared for you guys tonight. We are talking about Recovery Fest, but we're also talking about going to concerts sober. As you guys saw the other day, we just posted a question, and we asked you guys to give us your best tips for going to concerts, social events, festivals. How do you do it sober? What have you done? What has worked for you? And so many of you responded. And what Tori went ahead and did is she went ahead and compiled all of your tips together and put together an article. Tori just added that article to the comments section. So if you guys look through the comments, you will see the link. So if you guys want to follow along some of the tips that we're going to be discussing tonight, you can find that article right in the comments. Hi, Heather. Hi, John. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Caroline. You can find the comment, and the link is on there. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Maureen, we want to know more about you. We want to know more about Recovery Fest. So please tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got here, and why you're putting on Recovery Fest.
I started actually as a board member and then came on as the executive director. Got a long history in nonprofit management and working with nonprofits. And I actually run my own nonprofit called Magnolia New Beginnings, which we're in Massachusetts. And our financial mission is in Massachusetts. We raise money for sober living, but we also have support groups throughout the United States in closed Facebook groups. We have about 16 or 17,000 members. So, and that came about basically because my own experience with my daughter's addiction, and it grew out of that, trying to first find help for myself, and then having a really hard time with that, connecting with other people, and then trying to share that. So I've been involved in this for a long time, and when this came along, the opportunity to be on the board, I was just blown away with what the founder and the other board member what they wanted to accomplish. The founder's name is Kristen Williams Hasiotis, and the vice president is Barbara Strauss Lodge, and they have put together such an incredible team on the advisory board and other people that are involved with this, and they have their whole heart in this. And they want more than anything to just bring people together, and all those issues that you have with going to a concert, they want to remove that. So this is a unbelievable concert, a whole day really of recovery activities, starting at 2:00 in the afternoon at McCoy Stadium on the 29th of September in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. And we are going to start the day in the parking lot for the whole community. And I have nonprofits from all over the country, and specifically Rhode Island in the parking lot, and our national nonprofits. We have yoga and meditation. We have a Zen recovery meeting, and we have Phoenix Multisport and Narcan training and job employers coming so that people can fill out job applications. We have all this going on in the parking lot before the concert even starts. So this is more than just a concert. It's really a whole day aimed at making people welcome and offering support and guidance basically during the day. And then when the concert starts, we have another 40 nonprofits ringing the stadium, just offering help to anybody that needs it and guidance. And then of course the concert alone is just amazing.
And it's going to take me a second, guys, going back and forth with the muting and the unmuting. And it sounds like an amazing event. And I'm going to go to Tori. Tori, I think the echo's coming when I talk to you because I hear it now again. So do you want to be working with Maureen on Recovery Fest just a little bit, putting everything that we're doing together? Do you want to talk about the timing of the article, the announcement of Recovery Fest?
Yeah, so I think this I love Maureen's passion, and I love that people can experience a music festival and all these different things, and it celebrate their lifestyle, being sober and the way they pretty much just celebrating sobriety. And so a lot of festivals people go to, and some people go to sober and they don't feel comfortable, and so they have to make a game plan to leave early. But going to this festival, I think, is going to be so important to have people bring their friends who maybe aren't sober but are able to experience, what a concert is like sober. You can remember the show, you can and experience that you don't need to be either trashed or high or drunk to have a good time. And I think that's super important, and it's definitely going to be I guess, kind of change the stigma and the talk around doing these types of things at festivals and concerts, especially for sober people.
Completely agree. And actually, John just said going to concert sober is the only way you remember everything. Yeah, he's absolutely right. That's actually one of the tips from the article. And I love that the organizers thought about, putting together an event for people in recovery. And I know some of the artists and some of the headliners are in recovery themselves. And so, Maureen, can you tell us more about who is performing?
Sure. I just wanted to add one thing. I was speaking to Kristen the other day, and she was telling a story about a musician friend of hers who said that how hard it was for him because he didn't drink, and he didn't have a problem with alcohol or drugs. He actually had never drank ever, and he would like work so hard to put on this great show, and he would think he had this this moment with the whole audience, and then people would come up to him because it would be very often in a bar, and they would be really drunk, and he would think, I just played my heart out, and did anybody even really get it? So this is a wonderful thing, I think, for the musicians too, because they're getting an audience that's totally aware of what they're doing. Our opening act will be the winner of our indie band contest, and that voting is open right now on Above the Noise on our website, and anybody can come in, vote as many times as you once a day, but as many times as you want for your favorite band on there, and they'll get a chance to play a song or two to open up the show. Then the next band that comes on will be Paris. And after that will be Fitz and the Tantrums, and the headliner is Macklemore. We're very excited about all three bands.
Veronica just left us, so cool. Well, I don't know where she went,
back.
But
I'm back. So, hello, technology. Isn't it great? I'm trying to unmute you, and then I get like, are you trying to leave the site? So we're just gonna just freestyle this entire thing. So I may be coming in and out, and there may be an echo, there may not be an echo, but we're keeping it real. We're just gonna keep it real. We're not Inside Edition or like NBC Nightly News, so. We're just going to do the best we can. So thank you, everybody, for putting up with us, by the way, and for still watching. But yeah, no, I am loving all the information about the festival and about the bands. And I didn't know that we can nominate and actually like vote for someone to open up the show. So that's amazing. And that, if you didn't hear, that is in the Above the Noise Foundation website that you can do the voting, correct? Tori, do you know?
Yeah, yes, abovethenoisefoundation.org.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So, I don't think I'm hearing any background noise when I talk to you now. I don't know how it's sounding on your end. So I'm going to leave you unmuted as much as I can. Let me unmute Maureen and see what I get when I talk to her. Is there any background noise?
No, I think you fixed it.
Maybe what I needed to do was just jump off and come back on. So now we know that's what works next time. So perfect. I'm so happy to have you guys back on and not have to turn off and turn on microphones. Cool. So there's a lot of people joining us, and Heather is saying we are freezing up. What else is everybody else saying?
This is just fantastic.
Awesome. Exactly. A lot of support. So yeah, I never thought about that, about the actual performers feeling like they're giving their heart out, they're playing super hard. They think they're connecting with the crowd, and the crowd is completely smashed. I've never, ever thought about that. So one of the questions that came up and something that we posted earlier in the week is, what about people who can't go? Are you guys going to be streaming the show live? Like, how can people tune in? Is there a way to tune in and watch the show if they're not local or can't travel to the area?
We're working on it, so they should check back with the website, with either the abovethenoisefoundation.org or with recoveryfest2018.com. And as soon as we know, we'll let them know, but we are working on that.
Okay, perfect. And we'll probably go ahead and announce that on here as well. So just let us know. And we'll post it here on Sober Nation and let you guys know whether or not you can tune in and watch the live stream if you can attend. Let's see. And aside from, being so unique and having so many nonprofits there, are you guys going to have meetings on site? Is there anything else that is going to be happening aside from the music and the nonprofits?
Sure. So in the festival area outside of the stadium, we have James Montgomery, who is this incredible blues harp player, and he's going to have a whole band full of, it's called James Montgomery and Friends, and James Montgomery is friends with everybody. So there's people from the Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan and Boston, and just more like kind of probably people that I remember when I was younger that made an impact on me, and that are still incredible musicians, and they're going to be playing outside. There's going to be a meeting tent with meetings, NA and AA meetings. There's going to be another tent with yoga and meditation and a Zen recovery meeting. There's going to be, I think, about 30 different nonprofits outside. There's going to be Narcan training, and the Providence safe stations are going to be there. And all of the money that is raised through donations and sponsorship and advertising is all going into the foundation to hopefully give out grants to these organizations that are there giving their time.
Okay. That's awesome. Such good work. Tori, what do you want to add as far as the article is concerned? Because I know we have, so much that we covered. That article I thought was awesome. I thought what people shared was really, really great about some of the things that they do to stay safe and some of the plans that they come up with before they go. What was your favorite tip?
Yeah, so first of all, I want to just point out two things. One that, Maureen is saying about kind of the festival, everything is coming full circle, people that are buying tickets, and all the proceeds that's going is going to just come right back and help those that are struggling, to either get into a halfway house or a sober living environment. And I think that's just super important because it's all about giving back. And that's what all these people are doing, from everybody that is putting an effort to make this happen. And, from talking to a couple people from the organization, there is a lot going into it, for this full day. And another important is Nathan commented that as far as going to concert sober, he looks for, there's a lot of like different types of jam bands, if you will, that have different affiliations of people that are sober. And so, I think this going to Recovery Fest, Recovery Fest 2018, whether you go to that or another type of music festival, that there are sober people. There's people from all walks of life. And so I think it's really important to look up okay, these bands have a sober following. Let's find them, whether that be, some bands like Grateful Dead have Wharf Rats. Some bands like Fish have The Fellowship with a PH. String Cheese Incident, which is like one of my favorite bands, has the Jellyfish. So, it's super, super fun to find these types of niche people. And I think going to Recovery Fest, you can definitely meet those types of people and continue to connect with them throughout the world and throughout, going to different types of concerts. And JB Ellis just asked a bunch of people are asking where is the show. It's in Pawtucket, Rhode Island at the Red Sox, the
McCoy Stadium. Yeah,
McCoy
it's their
Stadium.
farm team. Yeah, it's affiliated with the Red Sox.
Right.
So,
Okay, cool. And then
we're hoping that people come and bring their friends too, because we're all so tired of losing people, losing loved ones, and people that may not have a substance use disorder, that don't have a problem with alcohol, that wouldn't have a problem going to a concert. We want those people to come too and stand together with with the people that they love that are in recovery, and see that you can have a really good time, and that you don't need to use alcohol or drugs during a concert.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I love that Brian said, I have a bunch of friends, we're all sober and we all go to Burning Man. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sober people that get together and go to different events together. I think that was one of the tips, rounding up your friends and your supports and heading out and going to a concert or an event where, people may be drinking or using. And it all depends, on what kind of plan you have together. And just because we're sober, it doesn't mean we can't go to these events. But, I think what's really neat again about this event is that it's going to be, the title is Recovery Fest. So, it's exactly, and again, I love the fact that musicians don't have to worry. I never even thought about that, but I love the fact that musicians don't have to worry about people being too smashed to connect with them and actually enjoy the music and appreciate the concert. GB Ellis says, are there any plans for a West Coast concert?
We're hoping to do this every year, and I would love to do it in a different place every year too.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. I think people would love to see it, maybe travel around the country and have access to it. I'm sure people will enjoy it online, but there's nothing like going to a live concert and hearing the music live. I mean, there's nothing like that experience. So I hope you guys do get to do that.
Especially in this case, the solidarity of standing with people that are there. There's a point in being there too, even aside from the music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think too. Oh,
go ahead, Tori.
I think we're going to find out when they bring their friends that aren't in recovery that sober people are actually a lot of fun, and kind of smash those myths of
right.
What do? You just sit in meetings all day, It's going to be super exciting.
We have a lot of people coming that are in early recovery too that need to see that. And we're inviting a lot of people from the surrounding areas to bring, there's lots of groups, like groups of people from sober homes and groups of people from treatment centers that are in very early recovery that are going to be coming. And we want them to see that there's lots to do. There's lots to do. And there's lots of people that care about them enough to develop these activities.
Yeah, no, and I agree. Sober people do have much more fun. Sometimes when you're using, you're trying to accommodate your disease or whatever you're needing at that specific time. When you're there just to have fun and you're not using, you're just focusing on having fun and having a good time. And then John says, sober bands rule. Who wants to pay good money to see a bunch of drunks? I feel sorry for the performers who play their hearts out. Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Yeah. But that's also a great point. I mean, there's that whole myth, musicians go through this thing that they think they can't play sober or that they can't write music sober. And I actually have a really good friend of mine who is the lead singer of a popular band. And he actually just played his first live show a few months ago sober, and he was blown away. He was like, oh my God, the connection I made with the crowd was amazing. And he was just so happy. And I was just so thrilled for him because I've also, bought into that myth of thinking that I could be more creative when I use, and so I always wondered what it was like for a performer, but he was like, oh my God, my first show was amazing. So it's true. Even the performers, perform better, when they're sober. So I think it's a better experience for everybody involved. And really quickly, I just want to say hi to Caitlin. Hi, Caitlin. Thank you so much for tuning in. She says it's the third live show she's watched, Tori. She's watched every one of them. How amazing is that? Thank you so much for making time to watch us. And by the way, if you guys are watching the replay and have any questions for Maureen or Tori or myself, leave them in the comments. And we have been talking about, Recovery Fest and also how to have fun at concerts and other social events. But what's really cool about this broadcast is, again, we are giving away tickets to Recovery Fest, and we are just about to tell you how you can win. Tori, do you have any parting thoughts about the article, Recovery Fest, anything else you may want to know about Maureen?
I think we said it all. I really appreciate Maureen for being here. Recovery Fest is going to be a great day, September 29th at Pawtucket. In Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Hello, I can't talk. And, when you're not going to humiliate yourself here, you can be who you want to be. Hello. It's going to be awesome. You're going to have a lot of fun and focus on just your sobriety, focusing on the music and having a great time. So we're giving away 2 tickets to Recovery Fest to someone. And the way that you can win them. Veronica, you want to tell them?
Sure. The way that you can go ahead and win is join our community forum. Tori's going to go ahead and drop the link in the comments. You're going to join the community forum, and in there, you're going to find a post about Recovery Fest. All you need to do is to leave us a comment and say why you want to win these tickets, why you want to go to Recovery Fest. That's all you have to do. We're going to pick a winner by next Thursday, and during our show next Thursday at 9 o'clock, we're going to announce who won. So we're giving away 2 tickets to Recovery Fest. And to win, all you have to do is sign up for a community forum and leave a comment in the Recovery Fest thread saying why you want to win. It's very, very simple. So
also, if you don't win, you can also buy your own tickets at recoveryfest2018.com.
Yeah, that was my next question for you, Maureen. Where can people go to learn more about the organization Recovery Fest or to purchase tickets?
Yeah, so tickets are available and the information about the show at recoveryfest2018.com, or they can go to the foundation website, and that's abovethenoisefoundation.org.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us this evening, Maureen. We really appreciate it. We know you worked really hard to get on. We had some technical difficulties before the broadcast, and once we got on, thankfully, they seem to have gone away. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in. Again, if you want to win tickets, go ahead and click on the link that Tori just posted in the comments and leave us a comment saying why you want to go to Recovery Fest. And tune in next Thursday where we announce who won. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate your comments. We appreciate you showing up every Thursday. And again, if you're watching the replay, we appreciate you tuning in too and watching. So good night, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you.